Hi everyone, I'm Shirin Ariff. I am an international speaker, an author of several books, a mother of 4 children, and a life transformation coach. My background has been education. I've been a teacher back home in India, and I've always been a lifelong learner. Before I talk about Anesh's expertise in the program that he's created with on-the-spot language, I'd like to share my first experience of meeting Anesh. I was at a speaking event and Anesh was on stage. And what fascinated me the most, that he looked like me and he was speaking so fluently in Mandarin. And I was so fascinated thinking, how is he even doing that? He was speaking better than maybe a lot of people that know how to speak in Mandarin. How did he even do that? And I totally connected with him because when I was a child, my mother used to tell me that when you speak to someone in their language, you plug into their heart. I know that English is the lingua franca, and it's a language of the globe, of the world, and you know, when we travel around the world, we get to connect with everybody. So what Anesh has offered through his language is the gift of connecting to another human being, no matter where you go in the world. That is unique about the way he has programmed his language. Now, as a teacher, when I was teaching English, we had textbooks, we had grammar books, we focused on spelling, we focused on right and wrong. But what was unique about his teaching was that we went to the city. We were exploring different places, and the students were comfortable. They were not feeling threatened that, okay, they're going to get a check mark or they're going to get a cross for what they're saying or what they're sharing. So learning was not a threat. Learning was comfortable for them. Learning was supportive for them. That's what makes him unique. What is unique about Anesh's methodology is that it taps into the cultural intelligence of a person. So I had the opportunity of being in one of his classes and interacting with his students. And what was very interesting was, although I had been in Toronto for so many years, but they were taking me on a tour of the city. And it was fascinating to see how Anesh was able to get them out of just being focused on learning the language and how to present it, to connecting it with their passion. What I also observed that day in that class was, as I talked about the cultural intelligence, so we were tapping into each other's cultural intelligence. So every language has its own culture. There are words in a language that may not be available as an interpretation in another language. So there are things like Sakura Hanami in Japanese. There's nothing like that can be explained in English. There's no substitute for that in English. So what was interesting was when the students that came there from Japan were communicating with me and trying to explain the culture and whatever they learned in Canada, I just had to say one word. And I said, I know about Sakura Hanami, and it just opened up the communication even more. It's like as students, they were sitting on the edge of the chair, and then now they were relaxed and feeling at home. That is the bonding that he is creating with his students by creating this atmosphere that I'm not a teacher sitting on top. I'm not Mr. Know-it-all telling you, you get to know this, you get to learn this. He is with them. He's learning with them. They are together. So that was the experience I had when I was witnessing the exchange and the learning that happened. And the students feel supported because they feel like Okay, he's not a teacher who is sitting in front of their classroom telling us what to do. He is drawing out all the learning that they are inspired to do on their own. Students are being prepared to be more global. People get to be more global citizens than be, located in one place because of the whole world being in the palm of their hands. So the classroom education system, the old system of, textbooks and marks and exams is failing. And what I saw and what I've observed in the way Anesh is conducting classrooms is giving them hands-on experiences, learning by doing. Practice builds power. Practice builds confidence.